Hello and welcome to Old World Tech Fridays. How is everyone this evening?
Doing
Fantastic.
good.
I'm
actually awake for tonight's stream. Yay!
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 No,
Trina
actually,
figured out how to use an alarm after her phone broke.
Yeah,
actually-
that's right. Yeah.
How this works.
Actually,
This
that's
stupid
not
thing
Trina.
will be replaced tomorrow.
That's not Trina. It's an AI that we've trained to be like Trina.
Wait,
Mhm.
this is Trina.
Yeah, there you go. That's Trina.
Yo, beep up up.
So, I am Frodo Jedi, and I am joined by my co-hosts that way. Ryan of Everything's Broken Garage, and Trina of Trina's Technobabble.
Hi. He's not really pointing at me, but hi.
My fingers don't go that way. I have a hard time. You're lucky my camera's centered. Ron finally talked me through it. So, who we
I
got
feel,
down
by the way,
Trina?
I feel really, speaking of the chat, I feel really loved. We got Gut Bomb saying, holy crap, Trina isn't on the toilet or sleeping. Retro Techie going, oh, you brought Trina back. Wonderful. And then Curtis is like, Trina, is that because you had the day off or chance? Like, what the heck? So who do we have in the chat
Today is
bugging
Trina
me?
Day in Canada, so she had the day off.
Apparently. Excuse me. We have Joe of Joe's Computer Museum. Go to jcm-1.com for all your retro needs, including some really fabulous clothing.
That's right.
We have Gut Bomb. We have Eric Rangel, Garth Beagle, Jeremy's Vintage Hillbilly Shack, Curtis Boyle, Retro Techie, and that seems to be it. I think I got everybody. And yes, Garth Beagle did say nice things. He said we love Trina. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah,
So,
it's easy to be nice when you have a helicopter.
Right?
well, let's see. What do we got? This day in tech history.
Hold on.
Should we not talk about something first?
Wait a second.
I feel like I need a wig and like some type of old
A monocle
or something. Yeah, a monocle. When I read these, I'll read them out as the Monopoly Man. March 25th, 1996, the movie Twister becomes the first feature film released on DVD in the United States.
Wow.
I remember having
Yep.
Twister on VHS.
Yeah.
I might have been
First one
using
on
it for
DVD,
scientific
apparently.
purposes, but
Oh, look, another cow. I think it's the same cow.
March 26th, 1976, the first personal computer convention was held. The first annual World Altair Computer Convention is held in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The Altair 88,000 is considered the world's first popular microcomputer. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
March 26, 1999, the first email virus causes widespread damage in one of the fastest spreading viruses in history. Melissa was released into the wild on a early Friday morning, and within 3 days would infect between 100,000 and 250,000 computers around the world, targeting Microsoft Word and Outlook. The virus didn't directly cause any damage, but the sheer volume of emails that it generated crashed many corporate such as Microsoft's email servers. The malware first showed up on the alt.sex Usenet group and was apparently named by its creator, David L. Smith, after an exotic dancer. He was arrested a few days later on April 1st, 1999, and accused of causing more than $80 million worth of damages. He pled guilty and was sentenced to 20 months in prison and a $5,000 fine.
Wow.
March 26, 2001, Bill Gates announces the first tablet PCs, a little over 4 months after announcing that tablet PCs would be the future. In his keynote at the 2001 Windows Hardware and Engineering Conference, Bill Gates announced that tablet PC support from Acer, Compaq, Fujitsu, Sony, and Toshiba. Microsoft's tablet PC initiative made a lot of noise and had hardware manufacturers salivating at the thought of a new category of computers to sell after the post-Y2K downturn in sales, but for a variety of factors, really never gained a lot of mainstream acceptance. It wasn't until Apple introduces the iPad in 2010 that mainstream tablet computing actually became a reality. March 27th, 1884, the first truly long-distance telephone call was made by Alexander Graham Bell to his assistant, Mr. Watson, from Boston to New York City. The call lasted 90 minutes before the line failed. However, this call was done as an experiment using copper wire instead of galvanized iron, spanning a distance of 235 miles for the experimental call. Its success proved the feasibility of using copper wiring and opened possibilities for long-distance telephone service, which eventually spread around the country and the rest of the world. March 27th, 1976, the 20-year-old Bill Gates gives an address. Bill Gates gives the opening address at the first annual World Altair Computer Convention in Albuquerque, New Mexico, giving a talk about software piracy, which is interesting. In early 1975, Gates had been a student at Harvard, but along with Paul Allen, developed a version of the basic language for the MITS Altair computer. They demoted it to MITS in March of that year, and MITS agreed to distribute it, then hired Gates and Allen to continue development. Gates and Allen soon moved to Albuquerque from Microsoft to form Microsoft. Originally Microsoft, since MITS headquarters was also located in Albuquerque. First gyroscope-controlled rocket launch was March 28th of 1935. Robert Goddard, considered the father of modern rocketry, successfully launched the first gyroscope-controlled rocket. His A5 rocket flew to an altitude of 4,800 feet, flew horizontally for 1,300 feet, and reached a speed of 550 miles per hour. Gyroscopic technology is critical for the stabilization of modern flight systems in airplanes and spacecraft. In 1995, March 28th, Kodak releases the DC-40 camera, which is only the second digital camera for the consumer market. While introduced over a year after Apple's QuickTake 100 camera, it was Kodak's first marketing that was largely responsible for popularizing digital photography in the mid-90s. First flyby of Mercury by the Mariner 10 was March 29th of 1974. At a range of 437 miles, Mariner 10 was able to send back the first close-up images of Mercury. And our last one, March 29th, 1983, Radio Shack introduces the TRS-80 Model 100. One of the first portable computers in a notebook-style form factor. The portability, simplicity, and built-in modem of the Model 100 made it very popular with journalists who could write their stories in the field and transmit them back to their offices. So I actually have one of those. It's pretty neat.
Nice.
I don't remember if I got it from Sloopy or who I got it from. I got it from somebody.
Cool.
Can't remember.
Awesome.
So
that's it. That's this week in tech history. Awesome. So this particular week we have a very special guest with us.
He prefers not to be on the stream because we haven't added him yet. We should have added him at the start.
No, we shouldn't, because you invite guests on. If you leave them, then they're just not there sitting there, not doing anything.
That's right. We haven't even had tea.
Anyway, we have a guest with us this evening. We're going to add him shortly if he's ready. I see he's checking his notes in the green room. So we'll let him check his notes.
Conferring with his agent.
He's conferring with his agent. This man is a man of many words and many regrets. But he's here to talk to us about an upcoming event in April, which is shockingly not that far away. As March and Tosh winds down, and April winds up. It's amazing how quickly this month went. So
Oh my gosh,
I'm
yeah.
going to say, let's bring our guests in if he's ready. I'm waiting for the nod. I got the thumbs up. Perfect. So we're going to welcome our guest, one Justin D. Morgan. Good evening, Justin. Oh,
Yay!
Hey, it's Justin. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. You know, I didn't know when you were going to let me in, so I just wanted to like take a look at my recipes, see if there was anything good to cook this weekend.
oh,
See
there
if
you
I
go.
had like a.
This is the new cooking segment, April Apples.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
yeah.
see if I had like a good apple pie recipe or apple
Baked apples.
baked
Right.
apples, apple fritters,
I like fritters.
Mhm.
caramel coated apples. I mean, something to usher in April apples, and I moved the logo, and now I'm having trouble
Nice.
pointing it to. Yeah, the April apples, something to usher that in.
I agree. CPM should have been the OS choice. I believe it was IBM that crapped the bed on that and ended up not having CPM.
And bought Microsoft instead.
Yep.
And now,
Sorry.
thanks to Justin, I have a craving for apple pie with whipped cream.
You're welcome.
Perfect. So,
Only
Justin, what brings
because
you?
the,
What brings you here this
Other
today?
pie is censored.
Well,
I think it was an invite from us. Technically,
April is
Semantics.
like coming like really, really, really soon. No joke.
Yes, it's like it's
For-
3
for
days
the-
away.
Yeah, it's like 3 days away. No joke. So those of you in like North America and think April Fool's Day, and I'm joking. No, April 1st is like Monday, and that will start April Apples, the event that was formerly known as April 2, but for a multitude of reasons, it has been renamed to the easier to remember how to spell and not seemingly exclusive to just Apple II computers, April Apples. So it's for
I like
all of the Apple 8-bit computers and their clones. So
I
Apple
brought my
One-
Apple III home today.
yeah, there you go. Apple III, it counts. Apple II, Apple II Plus, Apple IIe, Apple IIc, Apple II GS, Apple One. You got an Apple One rebuild.
Leo.
Apple
Leo.
II clones. They all count.
Okay. Actually,
Apple
funnily enough,
IIe card in a Macintosh, that counts too.
Leo
Nice.
says that he sold computers at Computerland. My Apple II is actually from Computerland in Toronto, Ontario.
nice.
Well, that reminds me of something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
and
go
by
ahead.
the way, JC, we understand that you're late. You were a little
Yeah.
tied up.
Tight or nailed up.
earlier.
This is your busiest time of the
It's the
season.
busiest, yeah. And technically, we weren't expecting you for another 3 days, so
That is true.
it's okay that you're late. So yeah, emulation is okay. We're accepting
Emulation is
emulation.
okay, yes.
Okay, so we don't need to go out and buy a very expensive. I know yesterday Retro Techie sent me a link
Retro
for
Tech Chris, how are ya?
hey Retro Tech Chris sent me a link for a guy who was selling an Apple II with a monitor and a single disk drive near him, and they wanted $835 for it, which we both thought was out to lunch.
That's too much.
Yeah, but so for those of us who don't have the rich blood to be able to buy a new Apple II or a used Apple II at this point, emulation is acceptable.
Yes.
Excellent.
You don't have an Apple II?
I have several Apple IIs. I'm just being,
I was going to say.
you know.
I sent one to Trina last year.
It's still
She
sitting
still
here.
has yet to turn it on.
Well, because I don't have anything to turn it on with. I was supposed to get a disk drive, and
You can
discs
turn it on
to go
without
with
a
it.
disk drive. Just turn it on.
Yeah, but I don't also have a. So there was a monitor locally here that had, you name the input it had. It was a 19-inch just square monitor
Mm-hmm.
for $5.
That's cheap.
I have yet to hear back from the seller 2 weeks later.
That's too bad.
And they were like, they're just up the road. I'm like, how perfect is this?
What you don't realize is it was actually Retro Techie and he was playing a trick on you.
Or they sold it 2 weeks ago and didn't bother to remove
I'm
the
gonna say
Yeah,
Retro Techie
that's-
looks awful cute then in a dress. 'Cause it was a female seller.
Yeah, listen.
I think
Remember,
it was
remember,
Claire.
remember when Bugs Bunny used to dress up as a female?
True enough. Well,
All
then
right,
Retro
so-
Techie has a great set of legs. That's all we're gonna say.
There you go. All right, we'll leave it at that. So going back to the topic at hand and not the tangent that we like to go on. What can you tell us a bit more about April Apples, Justin?
So we are looking for all the content creators out there to post your 8-bit Apple content in the month of May. We want this hashtag April Apples to just completely blow up.
Okay.
Not like a Macintosh system bomb, though, but just we want it to be even more popular than April 2 was. Because I think last year we had like
website?
30. Yes, there is. It's aprilapples.net. I hope I've got the right.
Yep, that's it.
Yep, that's it.
I'm gonna paste it into the chat here.
Excellent. Yes. I wanted to make sure I had the correct top level domain because we couldn't get aprilapples.com.
Actually, Leo brings up a good point. Are clone machines acceptable in the April Apples event?
Yes. Clone machines
I have an
are
Apple
totally
II
fine.
clone.
Okay.
I have Computer, which is an Apple II Plus clone.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Computer?
Well, that's what the banner says when you power it up. It says Computer.
Hello,
So therefore,
computer.
I call it Computer.
Fair enough.
In all capital letters. You got to get the casing right.
Right.
Oh,
So it's Computer.
And hello,
Yeah.
Frank. Hello, Frank S. And we have a new guest in here called Hearth. It's not Garth Beagle. It's Hearth Beagle.
Hearth Beagle. Okay.
And just when I was trying to get used to this Darth Geagle guy, now we have Hearth.
Right.
Oh, great.
Now we got Hearth. Yeah.
Do I talk to it like Scotty? Yes, I do. Although
Hello,
at the moment,
computer.
Computer just looks at me really dumb with garbage on the screen because one of the 74 series logic chips has gone bad again.
But do you have regrets about it?
Actually, I kind of do.
Ah,
And it didn't even come from eBay.
Oh,
So here's the short story about Computer.
Computer.
I went to the System Source swap meet last, I think it was like June or July, and Steve, Mac84 Steve was there. And this one seller showed up kind of late and just unloaded a whole bunch of old computers into their selling space, which was like down on the parking lot level because they didn't have a table. And I immediately saw that they had 2 Apple II clones. And I think Steve did too, because Steve's looking at them. And I was kind of waiting for Steve to make a move. And I think Steve was waiting for me to make a move. And after someone bought another 8-bit computer, and I think they made the offer at like $25 to the seller, and the seller accepted that, I was like, I guess I'm gonna get one of these Apple II Plus clones for $25 because they're about the same level computer. Unfortunately, I can't remember what that other computer was, but I was like convinced. And so I offered 25 and like, no, that's not enough for that computer. So I was like, okay, what about 50? And like, okay, that's good enough. So I bought the one that I wanted. And I don't know if Steve got the other one, but anyways, I later come to find out that this clone that I have has a whole bunch of probably counterfeit Hitachi logic chips in it. And these are like counterfeits from back in like the early 80s. So this is like, yeah, if you think that the buying counterfeit ICs is only a modern problem, no, it happened even back in the 80s.
I have a Pan Asia Apple II clone.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
That one that I picked up. And then I've got this Franklin Ace 1200 here.
Yes.
So I've got a couple Apple II clones.
So, Justin, we need to talk about your negotiation skills. You don't go from 25 to 50. You go 25 to 30, then 35.
Trina's also wrong. You start at 25, you go down.
Yes, you start at 25, and when they say no, you say okay and walk away.
Actually, right. I believe they countered with 50 because.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I would have countered with 30.
Like Trina doesn't know the Ferengi rules of acquisition, apparently.
Well, yeah, but if they would have countered with 50, I would have came back with 30, and let them come back with 40, and then 35, and I would have got it for $35.
That's true.
So I don't mean to alarm you, but a former Apple employee is about to rat us all out.
Well, I'll just pull all the ROM chips out of it, and then
I have to go for reprogramming.
I have a 6502 based computer with no ROMs in it. That's probably how they got it in the country, after all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then
after all, the ROMs in it are simply chips marked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, and
Nice.
7. Don't forget 7. It's like the character ROM down
That's
under
funny.
the keyboard.
Funny.
Yeah. Instead
And
of
so-
Apple II Plus on the banner, it just says computer in all capital letters.
And does everything run, as far as you're aware, everything runs fine on it? There's no compatibility issues? There's no...
If the computer was working, I am not aware of any compatibility issues because it is like a 100% clone.
Cool. Awesome. And so we talked a little bit about some of the ways that people can, celebrate April Apples. Obviously they can, if they have an Apple II or an Apple III, or even if they're lucky to have an Apple One or a replica Apple One, they can do that as well, I suppose. But some of the other ways we talked about emulation. Are there any other? We talked about possibly you can run an Apple II card in like an LC.
Sure.
Or maybe even like if we knew somebody who was working on a if only we knew somebody who was working on a Apple II card for a PC. If only we knew. If only they could just possibly have a website that was really easy to remember.
Yeah. He also has the
I don't know,
board for the Apple III, so that you can run an Apple II.
The
Right.
website escapes
On the
me.
Apple III.
See,
Yeah.
it's escaping me like right now. See, it just escaped me. It's about to escape me again.
Also, I recall Javier had that little portable handheld one, the little tiny one that somebody else was working on as well.
Yes. But
so there's lots of options.
There are other options as well. So maybe you're not into creating YouTube videos. Maybe you don't actually have one of these computers now, but maybe you have a blog or a social media account and you had one of these computers. Maybe what you do is you just write a blog post or something remembering your old computer.
Yeah.
That's even fair too. Yep. Do you have a friend that has one? Maybe do a collab or something like that. Yeah. If you got a YouTube channel, make it a video, or even Vimeo or one of the other
friends don't let friends buy PCs.
Right.
Yeah.
The other thing you could do too is, they're in the usual spaces, we'll say they've become very expensive. If you're looking on Marketplace, if you're looking on Gumtree or Craigslist or any of those type particular places, or Kijiji if you're here in Canada, they tend to be fairly expensive. But we know that there are people in the community that still sell them like they're, less sub $100 units.
Well,
so there's always an option.
Sorry to interrupt. Going along with what you're saying, though, I just want to put a disclaimer out there for anybody who doesn't have an Apple computer and is looking to buy an Apple computer, and you're not familiar with them or what they go for prices wise and stuff. Don't just go on eBay and buy one. Ask somebody in the community first to make sure that, one, it's a good deal, and two, it's not something that's not going to work or you're going to get ripped off. So somebody may have an extra one.
Go into it too with the notion that it's a 40-plus-year-old machine.
Oh yes.
So it comes with its own issues, or as Doug DeMiro would say, quirks and features.
Quirks and features. Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
For example, my $50 computer, I've probably sunk at least like $60 of replacement chips in it. Right. And I ballpark that, given the rest of the problems with it, I'm probably going to sink another $140 into it just to get it up and running correctly. Sure. Because I had someone look at it and the sockets are bad. So I need to actually replace all of the sockets. But of the sockets.
And again, don't also forget that your time is valuable. So there are people out there who don't have those skills. So if you have to hire somebody, if we only knew somebody in the community who offered, Apple II board repairs, again, that website really, I can't quite put my finger on the website, but anyway, so you have to factor those costs in as well. If you're
there are also Apple IIs that are probably more reliable than others.
Absolutely.
Some of the models, like the Apple IIe, those like seemingly were built like a tank.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got one right here. You could bludgeon someone with it.
One of the most reliable. Yeah.
So there are
Joe
models
is currently
that are
not accepting repairs at this point.
Just wait a few days.
That's right.
And
Well, instead of while you're watching a live stream, Joe, you could be
Oh, that's
working
true
on
too.
boards.
Eric says somebody else he had read had a VGA monitor adapter for the Apple II.
Yeah,
That's
somebody.
also available somewhere.
Yeah,
but
that it's that
The website
same,
website eludes me again.
it's it's definitely eluding me right now, but
Yeah, and
it
as
was the website that was escaping me a few minutes ago.
as Joe said, the 2E Platinum,
Yeah, there
which
we
is
go.
the 2E Platinum is the gold standard. It just goes, right? Like
Just make happen go. Yeah.
yeah, my 2E is probably the most Platinum is probably the most reliable one that I have.
Yeah.
Love you, Joe.
Yeah, pretty much the Apple IIe Platinum, as long as it doesn't have empty RAM in it, it's probably just going to work.
Right. And like my Apple II Plus, which is right here, has bad memory now. So I actually have to spend some time figuring out what memory is bad. And again, that they're hard to find replacement, correct? There's like a replacement unit, but it's a different type of RAM, right?
The best way to replace 4116s sometimes is to take a 4164 and you have to solder two of the bend a couple pins and solder some wires together.
You need to test your RAM with the retro chip tester.
Oh, look at that. Is that a new tool that you acquired this week?
I built it on Sunday stream and it actually worked.
Nice.
It's a whole day Sunday, but I got it.
What kind of memory does it test?
All different things. If you have the expansion boards that you can add on to the zip socket, you can test Sims and everything else too. They have all kinds of add-ons for this thing.
What size? What's like 32 pins? What are we talking about?
I think 72
pin Sim. They do 70 pin Sim.
30 pin or 32 pin? Yeah.
30 pin, 72 pin Sims. There's a whole list. They keep
adding
it
doesn't do DDR or
no. But I got a bunch of old memory that I have a way to test. So I was gonna say, Frank, we need to talk off stream about possibly me paying you for one of those funny things.
Oh no, I bought that online. Retro Chip Tester Pro.
Yeah. It's about
okay. How much is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Nope. Out of my budget.
And that's unassembled.
Yeah, it's unassembled.
Oh yeah. Thomas has got the point. You can still get 4116 DRAMs from arcade shops.
There you go.
Cool.
Yeah, because they're common on arcade boards.
They are a bit pricey though.
I have a pile of old arcade boards. Maybe I should go scavenge some.
That's right, salvage some.
Oh, and hello, Javier. Yes. And by the way, to you.
Oh,
that's all I'm saying.
Perfect. So yeah, what else can you tell us about April Apples? Justin, is there anything else that people need to be aware of, or any other cool things that you're thinking about doing as a community?
So at the moment, we've got aprilapples.net. You can go get the official artwork. And to use the artwork, all you got to do is just attribute the artwork as is noted on the website. So I created the artwork, and you just have to give it an attribution, and that's all. It's much like Marcintosh.
Okay, cool.
So if you make a video or blog post or whatnot, you can use the April Apples artwork and just give it attribution, and you're good to go.
Awesome.
And I guess it's a cool side note, if anyone's wondering, that is Garmont and Modern Tectora.
Okay. Cool.
Because I know some of the font geeks are probably looking, wow, those fonts look familiar. Well, yes, they should be.
Technically, it would be the typeface geeks.
Yes, the typeface geeks.
We won't. Semantics.
Steve Jobs would be happy.
Yes.
It's not Helvetica. He's not happy. Trust me. He's very angry.
And hello to Eric's Edge.
Hey, Eric. Glad you could join us.
Eric.
So yeah, we're excited about April Apples. Like I said, I have 3 Apple IIs. I'm hoping at some point to get a Apple II card to go in one of my PCs. Probably going to try to put it in my Corona computer. That's the hope. So I have to order one from Joe whenever he has them in stock. I don't know if he has them in stock still, or if they're made to order. He's going to answer me before I get a chance to go look.
What would it be listed under?
I think it's listed under. Nope. Where's it listed, Joe? Where's it listed?
He might still be working on
Maybe
that.
it's not
Maybe it's not there. Maybe it's not there yet.
in development.
You can always do a search for it. By the
Oh, no,
way,
there
on
it
the
is.
website.
Titan 2E card reproduction. There it is.
That is for putting into your Apple III that emulates Apple II.
2. Soft card 3? No, that's the soft
Nope,
card.
that's.
Joe wants to know what you're looking for.
Oh, the Apple II card that goes in the PC. Maybe you don't have it done yet. Sorry. Got a little sidetracked here. I know you had. You're probably not done it yet. I'm guessing you're not.
Well, I sure hope he wasn't trying to.
Isn't
Not done yet.
So you could say that it still needs to bake in the oven.
That's right.
Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry.
It's still in production.
Cool. Well, I'm excited to get my hands on one of those because it's kind of cool to have 2-in-1
That's right.
machines.
It would be cool.
Cool. So, any hints as to what you're going to be doing for April Apples, Justin?
I can't give you any hints because I haven't decided yet.
Oh. Way to go.
Seriously. I know. I'd love to get computer up and running, but that $140 estimate of replacement parts is kind of a bit up there considering I just bought stickers and buttons for the channel.
Oh, yes, that's right, because you have new stickers and buttons.
Yes.
Where can people get those? Are they merch that we can buy? Are you just for giving them out?
They are not available for general request yet.
Okay.
I had bought them because I thought I was going to make it to VCF East, but that's a bust. I am still going to get some up to Steve to put out on their table. So if you're at VCF East, there will at least be some on, I guess it's Steve, Mike, and Sean's table. It's in the corner of, I think it's 2C on the map.
Right.
If you're looking at the event map. Anyways, I'm sure you'll see them in the corner.
By the way, all I can think of is the opening to Perfect Strangers. If everybody remembers that show. No. Okay. Perfect Strangers was a show where you had an American, and I forget what country he was from, but the opening scene is him with his suitcase going, New York City or bust. That's all I can see is Justin sitting on the side of the road, VCF East or bust, on the side of his, beige suitcase.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And I just also wanted to mention, if Joe, if you're looking for beta testers of that board, once you get them built, I'm here for you.
Don't trust
I got
Joe.
PCs.
That's how they got the Czar. Yeah, but they need to be old PCs. It has to be something with an ISA bar bus.
Yep.
I have old PCs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so as far as my buttons and stickers, I'm first going to get some to Steve.
Okay.
I'll try to mail those to him this weekend to make sure they get to him before VCF East. So if you're there, you'll be able to pick one up at their table.
Cool. Awesome.
Then I'm going to make sure my current and former channel supporters get something. And then I'll figure out how in the world to get them to just everyone, because postage can get expensive.
Joe, I can totally get my hands on a machine that has an ISA slot, and I used to work for a company as their IT person that ran the entire company on DOS. So yeah, I kind of know DOS.
So what Trina's saying is she's old. That's correct.
Actually, no, this was just up to 10 years ago, and they're still running the company.
So as we all know about old people, when they
today.
say it was 10 years ago, it was actually 35 years ago.
No, it was when I moved
up the hill in the snow, both ways.
In the snow, both ways, in their grandparents' pajamas.
Listen, you young whippersnappers.
Oh, here it comes. Cool. All right, well, thank you, Justin. Is there anything else?
There we go. We'll get rid of the youngsters.
Is there anything else, Justin, you'd like to add to the April Apples discussion for this evening? Is there anything?
I think I've gone over everything I needed to.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. So anyways, I guess once again, aprilapples.net, or I think we do have an X account. It's April Apples.
Okay.
When are you going to get a Blue Sky account for those of us who don't use X anymore because it's
All right, the boomer's gone, so we can have a bit.
Duly noted, Trina.
Blue Sky account is all I'm going to say.
Duly noted.
Cool.
Or you come over and hang out with the cool kids on Mastodon. Anyway, well, thank you, Justin.
From
I
what I've
appreciate
seen,
you.
that Mastodon's just as good as X right now. So not so much.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here. We appreciate
All
telling us about April apples. Yeah, you feel free to hang out and interject when you want to, or if you want to hang out with us.
All
for
right.
the
Well, I was
remaining-
planning on hanging out, so
There you go. Hang out.
You're here.
Get comfortable. Start throwing shade at Trina like we all do around this time.
Just me. Only
Just
me.
Only Trina.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Oh.
it's like OnlyFans, but only Trina.
throwing shade like that.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Right.
That's a lot of shade.
It's a lot of shade.
Yay, HomeKit.
So Trina,
Yo.
I believe work is coming up soon.
Yeah. So I received an email back
Mhm.
from the World of Retro Computing.
They did
And
not
it will
send you
be-
an owl. They sent regular email.
They sent me an email.
I'm
It was a
disappointed.
slug, actually.
That said it hasn't been officially announced yet, but it will be either the weekend following VCF Midwest or the weekend after that.
So that's
Don't ask me the dates right now because I don't have the email in front of me.
what month is that?
September.
September. Okay, so it's
it'll
later
either
in the year.
be-
Okay.
It'll either be the 14th or the 20th.
Yes, that's
I
how.
couldn't
That
remember
sounds
when
about
you
right,
went
yeah.
last year. Like what time?
Yeah,
of
it
the year
was
was.
the weekend after VCF
Okay.
Midwest. So
Yep.
if they follow suit, I'm gonna kind of send an email back and go, you really should announce it soon.
Yeah.
Hint.
It's
People
helpful.
kind of like to
for
plan
sure.
for things, you know.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Now,
And-
where
and-
is that in Canada?
It was last year. It was in Kitchener, so I'm
Okay.
assuming Kitchener. I'm not on the committee, so I
And for those of us
really am just like,
geographically challenged, what part of the world is that of Canada?
that's in Ontario.
Okay.
Right in the
It's
middle,
about-
full of annoying people.
Okay.
Yeah, but at least we can speak English, unlike the East Coast.
Says the person from Halifax.
worldofretrocomputing.com.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's
Trina,
That's
is
as
that
much
the
as
one
I
that Frank helped
know.
sponsor?
What what?
Frank?
You
No,
sponsor?
the Canadian Frank.
not that I know of.
There's one in Canada that Frank helped sponsor. Remember, Sleepy was talking to you about Frank. That was.
Oh
supposed to
yeah,
meet
well
you?
yes, it is.
The Commodore
That's the
Frank.
one that yes.
Frank
Yes.
of Retro Rewind.
Yes, sorry, brain.
I knew what you were talking about, but I couldn't remember what he was from.
Yeah, no,
I
they
remember the
streamed
whole story.
they streamed from it last year.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. They did.
The
So
Retro
yes, so
Rewind
that
did the
is
stream
the
from
same
it last
one.
year. It is the same one.
There you
So
go.
yeah. So
Well,
where
that's
is
exciting.
Barry in Canada? Barry is also here in Ontario.
Also in the middle, also full of terrible people.
Anything anything was done in Ontario. You know, like Stargate was Toronto. Degrassi was Toronto.
Star Trek: Strange New
Star Trek,
Worlds.
there you go. So
Well,
yeah.
Just saying.
if the name fits.
Uh-huh. There you go.
Yeah.
Next
in the
year we
winter.
should have it
Yeah,
in the winter. No,
Arrived by
Okay.
but
dog
yeah,
sled.
I'm gonna.
I was
I'm
gonna
gonna.
say you have to
I should.
dog
I
sled.
should. I've been meaning to reply back and say, you really should come up with a date and like soon, so that people can organize better around it.
Yeah, Vancouver, Toronto, same thing.
Yeah,
And that way, maybe people from out of the province can also like make plans instead of a month in advance, because that's kind
Indeed.
of rough for people like Curtis and Thomas.
Yep, Vancouver. Stargate.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's exciting. I'm in the middle of prepping for our upcoming Sci-Fi on the Rock here in Newfoundland. We have the sort of second, if you want to call it, or I think they have two. Yeah, there's two sci-fi conventions every year here. So there's Avalon Expo and Sci-Fi on the Rock. So this year, I'm trying to think who we have coming this year. Sci-Fi on the Rock. Just bear with me. I'll tell you our guests for this year. Come on. I don't do the website, so. So we have. Oh yes, that's right. Tyler Mane, who played Michael Myers in a couple of the Halloween movies.
Okay.
Brian Dobson, who's the voice of Skeletor. And
What?
Brian
Dotson.
What?
We got Dotson here, folks.
Brian Dobson, the voice of Skeletor.
No. You have to understand Joe's what with Skeletor.
Oh,
too.
what?
What?
Yeah.
What?
What?
Yeah, so he's the voice of Skeletor in
Nice.
the He-Man and the Master of the
Come on.
Universe.
There we go.
He's also but who else we got? Oh, we got the not the Moopsie, the other creature from
Lower Decks.
Doctor Who. No, the new thing from Doctor Who. Oh god, what was it called? The Meep. The Meep from recent Doctor Who it was a villain in one of the recent Doctor
that's
Who's.
cool.
The Meep is coming. It's like Moopsie, but slightly more terrifying, if that makes any sense, because Moopsie is pretty terrifying. Yeah. Anyway, so that's who's coming. We have a whole room dedicated to retro technology. So we'll have several dozen machines set up, playing all sorts of games. We're probably going to have a global talk network. I'm working on having several Macs connected to a single global talk connection, I guess, so that we can have a cool internet experience for anybody who doesn't know about global talk. The Meep is just pure evil, though. The Moopsie drinks your bones, but the Meep is just, it's like Satan had a fluffy white cat. That's what the Meep is. Not Meep from the Muppets. No, that's Beaker.
Beaker.
Meep.
So Trina is just pulling strings on the back end right now for the work event.
Okay.
And I just sent
Firing
the
off
email, and
emails.
I said I highly recommend that you make the decision, the announcement sooner than later for those who I know that are out of province and are interested in attending.
Wait, what font did you use? That's important.
The Gmail font.
I don't know if that's going to get your point across correctly.
Oh, and in other news, iPhone 11 sucks monkey balls.
Trina, just
Is
because
this the
you
broken
have
one?
a 7-year-old
yeah.
phone that's breaking now,
So
doesn't
now
mean
what
the phone
happened to
itself
your
is
phone?
broken.
Oh, so what happened was Sunday I went to take some photos, and I noticed that this camera, I can't point at it, started freezing when I went to take photos, and I was able to get in and out of it.
Trina, we do live in Canada. Things tend to freeze here.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't inside my apartment.
Does it have blinker fluid?
It does have blinker fluid.
How's the Johnson rod? Does it have a good Johnson rod?
It has a good Johnson
your
rod.
finger wasn't hiding the camera, was it?
No.
Very
It legitimately
common
locked
mistake.
up. And then when I went to go back into the photo app,
There you go.
the screen
is
was
too tight on your phone, Trina.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You're holding it wrong, as Steve would say.
The here, let me show you. I can actually show you what it looks like because it's done it again. Ta-da.
Have you read the manual?
This is all I see. I just see a black screen.
Oh,
we can see
your camera's
well, it's just dark in there.
Your camera's
it's really super dark. See? Nothing. So anyway, I gave up and I said, whatever. Monday night I got home and I'm like, okay, because I bought a bunch of Famicom games that I want to resell, which means I need to take photos of them.
Use your
so
quick take.
I looked it up and I tried quick take. We'll talk about that as well. So I restarted the phone, did that 3 times. It would take a photo or two.
That's right.
And
Did you
we're
take
back
the
to
lens
thing.
cover off?
Yes.
Well, you
so-
don't want to take the case off because you'll expose the film. I do know that.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Question.
anyway, so I went.
Did you happen to have a Sharpie in your pocket? with the
Okay,
top
shut
off
up.
with the
Would you
thing
let
on?
me finish the story? So anyway, so I went and restarted it a couple times. It would take a photo or two and then lock back up. So I went on this huge rant on Discord about how I was stupidly annoyed with it. And then Jason was able, Starbuck Tech came into voice chat and was like, go do a factory restart. After about 50
Yep.
times, I finally listened to him. And went and did a factory restart or reset of the phone. The phone app seemed to be working fine. I was switching because the front-facing camera works. It's just this phone won't. The back camera won't work. So I was able to switch back and forth. Took a handful of photos. It looked all good. Came home Tuesday night. Took about a dozen more photos of the games. Froze up again. And it was the last time it's ever worked. But the interesting part is I can take photos using Teams using my rear camera.
Oh, that's
So the camera
weird.
works.
Interesting.
There's nothing wrong with the camera. I can go into Teams, take photos. The only problem is it doesn't save it to my photos directory.
Are there any other third-party photo apps you could use?
I tried that. I tried that Thursday with Simple. I think it's called Simple Camera or Simply Camera or something like this. Same problem. Locks up.
That's interesting.
So tomorrow I'm going to go to TELUS, which is one of the major cell phone providers here in Canada.
Why not
Who
Rogers?
I've been, because I've been with TELUS for a gazillion years.
Mm.
So I'm going to go to TELUS and go, this doesn't work.
And they're
Get me a
gonna
new
laugh
phone.
and say, "Do you know this came out in September of 2019?"
And I'm going to say, do you know I'm still using a MacBook Pro from 2012, which is what I'm streaming on right now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
and your
Trina,
point is?
nobody in the store has been there that long.
Yeah, no.
That phone is older than every employee.
You
at the store.
That's going to be like the time I went to the
They're gonna be like,
pharmacy.
"Wow, my mom used to use one of those phones back in the day."
They're
Actually,
like,
my
cool.
grandmother.
They're like, "Is this a flip phone? Hang on, how do you do this?"
Yeah,
Crack.
I don't think
Yep.
I don't. Every time I've gone there, I've had really great tech. So,
That's right. Nobody
but
in
yeah,
the
I'm
store was
gonna-
even born by then.
yeah, right. So yeah, so I'm gonna go tomorrow, make a decision. Am I gonna stick with Apple or am I gonna go back over to Android? Because this, honestly, up to this point, before I got this thing, I was using Android and was happy.
Why does it flash when you hold it up?
Oh, it's because it's the sensor on the camera trying to get the face thing.
Faces.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Infrared.
noticed that when you held it,
Yeah,
a few
yeah.
minutes ago too.
It's the
So-
neuralizer. What were we talking about?
Neuralizer. That's right.
Yeah,
The
that's right. Yeah.
neuralizer.
Nobody
Who are you?
remembers what we're
Who are
talking
you
about.
people?
Look at the flash. But yeah, so I might go back to Android. I might stick with Apple. It depends on what kind of deal they can make me.
So if
Basically,
anyone
I
in
don't
the
want to. I don't want to
Toronto
pay for
area
the phone.
has a
So-
phone newer than the iPhone 11, they can just send it to Trina. She needs a newer phone.
All I need is a goddamn camera at this point. So I tried photo booth on my
Mhm.
with my webcam to take photos, but the resolution isn't high enough. I'm
Ah,
not happy with it's like 740 by 480. It's even though
Old.
it's a 2K camera, it won't
2K.
no, it's the one you recommended.
Y2K.
So
2K.
this is the
No,
one
it
you recommended as a 2K
It is, but-
camera.
But
Y2K.
photo, what's it called? Doesn't
Photo
doesn't
booth, yeah, it doesn't
save
have
in
the yeah.
2K.
Well, that's
But you should be able to use VLC though to like snap pictures.
Yeah, at this point, I want a camera. I want to be able to hold it in my hand.
Yep.
Well,
Take
Trina,
the-
I got some news for you.
Zoom.
You know how like we all have phones now that have cameras on them? Did you know that you can buy a bespoke camera? It's just a camera. All it does is take pictures.
Tell me
It
more.
doesn't do anything else. It doesn't have 3G, it doesn't have 4G, it
No,
doesn't have 5G.
no,
It
no.
doesn't
Trina,
have TikTok built in. It just
need,
takes pictures.
You need a Sony Mavica. Talk to Garth. He'll
Yeah.
tell you the right model to get.
Yeah,
You just put your floppy in that
with the
baby. You
yeah, that's
snap
right.
your
Yeah,
pictures, you take it out.
right.
I was just about to say, hold on, let me show you the camera you need to get, and I was going to go run all the way downstairs and grab a Mavica.
Oh, they were awesome. They were good
How many-
cameras. They were.
How many Mavicas do you have, Justin?
Only 2.
Only 2. I have
But yeah,
0.
so
I
that's
want so
my
many of them.
And
that's my
no way
plan
to,
to
and
so
no way
that's
to
my
charge
plan.
the one battery I have for them.
Oh, that
Ah.
stinks.
because here in Canada, it's Good Friday, which means most
That's right.
everything is closed. We actually, respect
here
the
in the
employees.
States.
Unlike here in the US, where it was also Good Friday, but by golly, if you were looking at most stores, you wouldn't be able to tell because everyone was
Yeah.
open.
Yep.
And that's what I'm also kind of hoping as well as like there might be some Easter specials they'll have
sure.
on tomorrow,
Yeah.
right? So
That's a good idea.
time to go.
Go for the chocolate at the grocery store because they probably already started clearancing it now.
Not until Monday. That's Monday.
Oh well, here
trust
in the
me,
actually,
US,
Sabrina knows.
It's
here
funny
in
you
the
mentioned
US,
that,
they
'cause
want to get rid of it by Easter because they
Yeah.
want to then put
Yeah.
the like Memorial
They're
Walmart
already
Day
here-
putting.
out
They're
or
already
whatever.
putting 4th of July out.
Yeah, no, exactly.
They move
Wal-
fast
Walmart-
here.
It's the
Walmart
same here. We
has
already
their
have
chocolate
Canada Day
discounted.
stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
they
Christmas
move so
stuff out
fast.
again.
Yeah, they'll already have the 4th of July stuff out, and then next thing you know, Halloween's here again.
Right.
Don't be talking.
It goes fast. It goes fast.
But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna. So I don't know what I'm going with yet. I'm gonna see what again. Basically, I don't want to put anything down because I don't have anything to put down right now. So yeah.
Well, if you get a new Apple phone, then you can do a video for April Apples and say, "Hey,
On
look
your
at my
Apple
new Apple iPhone."
Right.
But does it run on an 8-bit processor?
No.
There's probably an app for that. Simulator, Apple II Simulator for the iPhone.
Yeah, there might
What
be.
I'll do is I'll just
Hey,
simply have
watch-
this with the screen turned off, and then like in post production, just
Actually,
The other thing I was going to tell you is Bell is doing it now, but I think Telus is too. They'll give you like $150-$200 for your phone.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
trade it in. There you go.
So
That's actually a
they'll
good
let
idea.
you trade it, even if it's broken. They don't really care.
Yep.
Don't tell them. Just be like,
Don't
yeah,
tell
it's
them.
fine.
Just say, "Yep, trading this
Factory
baby in."
reset it.
well, and it's not that it's broken. It's just the effing app keeps locking up.
Right.
As I said,
Trina,
the camera works fine in
It's gently
Teams.
used. It's gently used.
So and it's really funny. So I went looking today just for poops and giggles on Facebook Marketplace for iPhone 11s. You would be surprised at how many iCloud locked phones
I bet,
people
yeah.
are trying to sell. And
Mhm.
I'm like, they're iCloud locked. There's nothing you can do with them besides put them
Yep.
in front of a door and make sure it doesn't close.
Mm.
Because they're great door stops.
actually, there is an app for the iPhone. You just reminded me. It's called Console Cam. I think it's from OWC, but
Okay.
it will let you take photos as if they were graphics on old vintage computers.
Nice.
Oh,
So
cool.
you could go take your iPhone and
Hold
go
on.
take some photos
I'm gonna.
and make them look like they were graphics on like an Apple II or one of the 8-bit Apple
That's pretty
computers.
awesome.
Hold
So
on
there
for a
you
second.
go.
I'm gonna do
Cool
a search
project
for
for
this
ya.
right now. To see if this actually will work with this program. Console.
Oh, it is from
Cam.
It's from OWC. That's really funny.
And you can also open up photos that are
Oh.
already in your album and convert those too.
That's pretty awesome.
Eric's, I think, put another one in the chat. Bitcam. I think it does
Bitcam.
the same thing. But check
Console.
that out. That'd be another way you could participate if you wanted to like do that and imagine what your
Oh, here it is.
imagine what your photo shoot might look like if they were graphics in an Apple II program.
Well, it's funny you should mention that. There's a telnet address you can open up on your Apple II, if you have the Wi-Fi with the Apple II, that plays the Matrix movie in ASCII.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Ah,
Very neat.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't know my
So-
password.
Does anybody have anything else to add?
I think I'm good.
Well, just one sec. I want to, since we mentioned this, I want to see if my camera will work with this. Let's find out, shall we? Together.
all right.
Ding.
Let's see. Not now. Stay safe. There we go. Let's open it up. Ready. Oh, this is amazing. So this is what it's looking like now. Sorry for the
Okay.
reflection. All right, so I'm gonna try camera. Boom, boom.
Monday is April Fool's Day.
Front
day.
camera.
That's right.
Allow.
All the shenanigans.
And look, it's black.
Oh no.
Yeah,
You
we'll
gotta
do
move
it.
your finger, Trina. Good God.
Actually, I'm gonna try to take a selfie here, and all right, there we go. There we go.
I can take a selfie though.
That is cool.
So it's as if I took my selfie with an Apple II GS.
Did you see the video DJ Schurz did of the
And here's
Naboo,
mine,
the
by the way.
camera?
I was able to take a selfie because the front camera works.
Yay! There we go.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. Very neat. Trina, check your Discord.
Oh, okay. I get scared when Eric sends me some interesting pictures. So.
So,
Well, that is cool.
this was episode 40
Yeah.
of Old World Tech Fridays.
It's getting
So
close to my
thank you.
age soon. We'll be soon celebrating my age at this rate.
You're old.
Oh, man. So, thank you for joining. Everybody should like, comment, subscribe. That is really neat. I will say that is neat. It's going to play the Matrix in ASCII.
That is cool.
That is very neat. Put the link in for that, if you would.
Yep. Will do.
Oh, by the way,
That's one of those things that's cool to run in the background. You know, as you're doing things.
by the
Yep.
way, Trina is the meaning of life. Aw, love you, Eric.
Yeah, that is very cool. So yes, please put that into the chat so that people can stream themselves the Matrix in ASCII.
Sure.
Also,
So are we hanging out on the
on the
Friends
Discordia? Yep, absolutely.
Yeah,
I
okay.
was just gonna say that. For anybody who wants to hang out afterwards, Macintosh Friends Discord.
Yeah,
in the
there's a
video
voice chat called Chewing the Fat.
That's right.
And it's the perfect place for Ryan to hang out.
You like to chew the
You're
fat.
on the list now, Ryan. You're on the list.
What list? What list is that?
Trina's list.
Trina's list for what?
I don't know. She's got lots of lists. Don't ask me.
She's like Steve Buscemi in Happy Gilmore.
Oh my gosh, yes.
She's there with the lipstick.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm totally okay with it. It just writes my name off the list.
Oh my gosh.
It's my polycule list, which apparently consists of everybody in the Friends Discord. From what Zodium was saying, so you're all part of my polycule.
Okay.
Trina's flicking the feelers.
Yeah, that's true too. Trina's on a lot of lists. So yes, thank you to our special guest.
Yes.
Justin D. Morgan.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
So please check out Justin's YouTube. Also like, subscribe.
Do we have a link for
right.
Justin
Do we have a link?
that we can scroll along the bottom
Post
for
it.
his YouTube?
Post it. Yep. Post it. Put it.
Post your link, Justin.
Yeah.
It's in the private chat because.
Yep. Give me 1 second. I am.
Curtis, don't say about the border patrol people. We just don't talk about that.
And paste. There we go.
Petting the bunny. I like that. That's cute.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, don't forget to check out Justin's stream, or Justin's channel. You can also check out my channel, which is YouTube at Trina's Technobabble, all one word. Might as well throw in a shameless self-promotion.
Might as well.
And,
right.
One thing we should talk about, because we have a great community, is we should actually make this a weekly thing where we talk about live streams for the weekend. Because
yes.
we have Eric's
Eric
Edge
tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
is 9
Eastern
a.m.
Standard.
We have Big Bad Biologist, Big Bad Bench,
nooner.
aka John at 12 noon Eastern. We have Tech Ambrosia at 6 p.m. Eastern. And on Sunday, we have Dave of Dave's Vintage Apple Tech starting at 11 o'clock
a.m.
and putting you to sleep by 2 o'clock Eastern. Well, that's just me, but I don't know.
It is funny how a lot of the streams do put it at Eastern, like as their advertised time. It
Yeah.
seems
I think
most
it's
of us
because the
congregate
majority.
to this
I
side.
think the majority of Dave is on the West Coast. I'm in Eastern time,
Ooh.
so that's the time zone I know.
There you go. They have an interview tomorrow on the
Oh yeah, right.
Kudra
Yes.
Nation. 3 of the writers and editors for Amiga Addict, Pixel Addict magazines from the UK. That's pretty awesome.
Nice.
Curtis, before we go, can you
Put a link.
message me on Discord and the link to the stream for
Yep,
tomorrow?
I would also like to see that. Please
Yeah.
and thank you.
Indeed.
Because I will put that in the chat.
And then hop
All right.
on to the Macintosh Discord.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Except
thanks
Trina,
everybody
you
for
stay
coming.
here afterwards.
Yeah, you stay here, Trina.
That's right. Don't you go nowhere.
All right.
All right, guys.
So
Thanks so
thank
much
you all.
for
Have a wonderful
joining
Have a
us.
good
weekend.
night.
Take
Thank
care.
you.